Hello, and we're back. And this time we're going to be looking at adding sections to your course. And as you can see, what we're focused on now is the overview of the different sections which make up my course. The general section is default, as it were. The other sections have been added in by me, named and populated to a certain degree. Following the instructions, I've numbered the course overview 0 because it contains, I guess, no actual student activities. There would be no grading. There would be no real interaction in this particular section. The course is like the contents section of a book, whereas the course, real and proper, begins starting at section 1. There's introduction, which is full. It's actually, in my case, it's the section which has most content. Again, it's mostly place marking content, but I've experimented with different types, and it's pretty well populated. And followed by another couple of sections. I've got pronunciation, writing, grammar, syntax, and sentence structure all lumped together, and a final showcase and reflect. But from 1 to 5, these two sections 1 to 5, the important thing is to remember that unlike 0 course overview, there is content which requires student participation. There are resources, there are activities that these 5 sections represent the course in its meatiest parts. So as I said, I've already set them up. We're going to have a quick look through the sections, what I've got, and then I'll show you how I set mine up. I will create another one, a 6th section we'll tack on at the end, just to see how it works. So the course, the general default section is for announcement. I didn't insert this. I found this here, and I have at the moment no announcements. I would probably use this space for sort of longish courses where possibly dates, deadlines, and things change. Where sort of general information could be popped. However, let's look now at the course overview, which is the first section that I added. The course overview has got a header. This header is present in all my sections because I wanted to give a degree of standardization in the aesthetics. It gives a sense of cohesion. It gives a sense of something slightly more professional. So a header which repeats across all the sections of my course. I have a welcome video, and then just very quickly there's the repetition of these sections so that if they hadn't noticed up there where the tabs are, it's now laid out clearly for them that these are the key sections of this course. And then added in a downloadable course syllabus. So if my student clicks here, they don't find the syllabus. Just a choice I made, but it would. Oh, there we go. It's offering me. Is that visible? It's offering me the possibility to download the file. I just thought that might be more convenient. There's nothing stopping me putting a copy of the syllabus directly here on a page or in the general editor. It could have gone in like that. And finally, in this section, I've got a support forum. Support forum is also another common denominator which I have in a standardized fashion right across the course. If we look at the first proper section of my course, the introduction, which deals with cultural, sociological input and influence in classroom dynamics, we find a lot more content and quite a decent variety. I was in an adventurous vein, an adventurous frame of mind. So I've tried out different things. Survey as a warm-up, an H5P interactive video tutorial, a drag and drop exercise, a debate. There's a lovely activity function which I discovered. I had no idea that it even existed. Fabulous. A discussion forum, some resources. I've started setting this one up as an H5P video because the intention would be to turn it into something interactive by inserting drag and drop, gap fill, multiple choice, true false type activities throughout the video. At the moment it is actually, I've done nothing of the sort, it's just the video on its own. There's a reading text, which is a student resource. We would consider this, although this is just a placekeeper, the one that I've popped in here, it was just something found on the internet. There's a suggestion for limiting reading to several of the sections, not them all. There's a wonderful activity to do, which is the course diary, and I'm getting my students to include blah 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 and blah blah blah. These are verbal shortcuts when I'm in a rush to get the content down in some form or another. But the general idea was that at every section, students would have a weekly diary entry, which would include the reflection on how things are going, anecdotes, difficulties, whatever, which then would mean when they got to the final section in the final week, when I asked them to do a reflection activity, they would actually have a load of things noted down. So that was not me just being mean or overworking my students, but actually helping them work towards the final reflection activity a bit at a time. There's even a little quiz, support forum, so on and so forth. That is an overview of temporary place marking content for this course, which will be gradually replaced with original specifically authored material by me, bit at a time. I'll work towards the end of that. Now I've got the other section. Section 2 is dedicated to pronunciation problems. Have I spelled out what this course is supposed to be about? Probably not. It's aimed at EFL instructors who are not native Arabic speakers, and they're not even mildly competent Arabic speakers. It's for people like myself who taught Arabic native speakers, and in my case in the Gulf area, and who, I'm in this category. Took me some time to figure out why my students were making certain mistakes, why they were repeating these mistakes, why explanations as to why those mistakes were mistakes didn't seem to sink in, couldn't understand it. Also some, and this is referred to the concepts and culture theme of the introductory section, there was some cultural dynamics, attitudes towards education, interactions between students and educators, which I would suggest are not entirely clear to the instructor if they don't know a little bit about Arab and Islamic culture, and then your understanding, your insight then, and this is valid for the other sections which are more practical, they're sort of more purely linguistic, the insight allows you, the instructor, to target the problem in a tailored way, in a way that's more effective, because you know what the mechanism is behind those errors. Again, this is it's more sparsely populated, but I mean, even in the areas where it looks like there's a lot of content here, it's just place marking. It really has to be developed. There's another section devoted to writing, because alphabet, punctuation, capitalization, writing direction, formal register, informal register, so on and so forth. Really different in Arabic to English, and a bit of insight as to what your students are facing can be really helpful, and it sets you up to teach in a more effective way. Final section, I would imagine, will end up being very meaty because I've put these things together: grammar, syntax, and sentence structure, because obviously I am not in a position to teach high-level Arabic grammar, syntax, sentence structure to anybody. I can only do something a little basic, but I was going to try and put together all the key elements of grammar, syntax, and sentence structure, which even at an elementary level will raise their heads and create problems for your students. And if you, teacher, don't really know what they're going through, why they're suffering, why they're ordering the sentences in that way, why they're making these grammar errors over and over again, once you understand why that's happening, you're in a better position to help them overcome those linguistic obstacles. Final section is the showcase and reflect. It's where sort of final projects which would contribute to a final grade would occur, and that is the 5 that that we were asked to set up originally by the course criteria. However, just to see how these sections came into being, I'm going to do another one. So first of all, I need to turn on editing. Editing is on. And up here with the section tabs, I have a plus sign. The section, if I click here, the section will go after the one on the left-hand side. So if I want a section, say between pronunciation and writing, I think, oh darn it, I should have put in something about, I don't know, speaking. I should have popped something to the general speaking, conversation making or something. I would go to the pronunciation tab and then hit the plus sign, and that would insert the section in between pronunciation and writing. But I'm just looking for a 6th temporary section just to show you how it works. I click on the topic, and then I'm going to go into edit section, and it's called topic 7, which doesn't sound awfully good. So I'm going to hit custom, and I'm going to change the section name. I'm going to change the section name to conversation. So we've called our section conversation, and here we have an editor, a space to write some information about this section. I'm just going to pop in some lorem ipsum dolor sit amet, whatever that says. Good. Let's just fill in the space. That would be a bit of a description about what students could expect in that section, in that week or whatever. And as you can see, the editor offers the full array of elements that we've been finding elsewhere. So we can add an interactive exercise, we can add a voice message, we can add a video, an image, whatever. There are, you can really customize these as you please. I'm not touching the level of the tab because these sections in my course, this is the 6th one, it's not going to stay, it's going to be deleted, but this is an imaginary 6th one, and they're all they follow on from one another. It's not that this is a subsection of something that's gone previously. This is equal value to the previous one and the one before that, and so on and so forth. We're really, the only thing we're going to do, well, what we could do is if we want to put a color value in here, we can change the color of the font. That might help stand out, is more distinct. You could color code all their section headings. So again, these little visibility assistants, which just make it clearer how the courses are set up and how you navigate around them. That is absolutely fine. What we might be interested in, as a possibility, we've already looked at restrictions, we could block access to this section if we wanted. Say, for example, we decide to base it on a badge. Now, let's say these are the ones that I added in. Say oh gosh, I mean, I could actually, let's just put in week 4. In actual fact, I would need to a new badge for that final week, which would have been week 5, because this is as 1 to 6 section. But that'll do. They're just it's a placeholder, nothing else. Save changes. And lo and behold, we have got a 6th. Oh, and look, I've been a naughty girl. I forgot to number it. I'm just going to edit it again so that it follows the labeling system that I've been using up until now. It's easy enough, so it's so easy to edit, not a problem. Anything can be corrected. There we go. So it all follows on from 0 through to 6. And unlike the other sections, this has a restriction, and it's making it clear that until they've got their Arabic week 4 badge, they're not getting anywhere close to it. The only thing we've got in it is the fake description, and now we can settle down and start adding in our content, our activities, our resources, and populate this section so that it looks appealing and forms an effective part of our overall course. So that's all for now, and bye.